and welcome to the Moose Hunt Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Fickett, and this is part 2 of a 2-part series. I'm going over Jake Haskell's and Dana Vallau's October season. The previous episode was going over Jake's September. The full thing ended up being a 2-hour recording, so I split it into 2, and this is part 2. All right, thank you guys. Move on to the episode.
Well, cool. Well, that was September for you.
It was September.
And obviously we had a couple weeks in between breaks, or in between the Moose Weeks this year, so we all made that joyful drive back up to Eagle Lake. Let's start off with
It's so worth it.
100%.
It's a nice ride too. Once you get off 95.
It's really not bad. I always like to come up a few days earlier to do my scouting and stuff, and just drive around and try to find moose, video them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But cool. Let's talk about October. Dana finally joins us in October Bull Week.
Yep, nice one.
That one's fresh on the mind.
That one is, that was actually just the other day. We ended it just the other day. Yeah, so let's go into that. That one's pretty cool. I already talked about my hunt in the previous episode, so let's go in with your guy. Let's start off with you, Jake, because you hunted with Cody that morning. I'm actually going to do an episode with Cody too, but I want to hear your videographer.
I'll give a quick story of that hunt.
Yeah, and then Jake and Dana were together the whole rest of the week, so they can bounce back and forth and talk about their hunts. Yeah. Yep. How'd your Monday morning go?
Great. Once again, very eventful. Honestly, it was very comparable to September's Monday morning. So I hopped in a truck with Cody McDonald and his clients, and we got to a spot that Cody did some scouting in, and then I went there with him the day before, and we saw a bull. And we got out there and parked the truck and got up on this knob on the road and could just hear bulls.
Nice. Right off the rip?
Off the rip. Not even, Cody hadn't even called, and you could hear bulls off to the left of us. He had to have been chasing a cow, and I think the cow was making some noise. And then off to the right of us, we could hear another bull. So, we just stayed real quiet and waited, and then Cody did some calling, and this bull to the left had the cow with him, so he kind of followed her, and we could hear him get more distant and further away. And then the bull on the right never really moved. He just kind of stayed right there and made some noise. And so we decided that we were going to try and go kill that bull on the left, go hunt him, because he was working away from us, weren't able to get him to come in. And so we had the clearing that we were hunting in. It has really nice strip cuts, and they're not covered in a bunch of,
trash.
Yeah, exactly. So we walked in there and could hear the bull, and Cody started tickling this tree branch with his scapula, and the bull responded with some raking, and sure enough, he came up over the ridge in front of us and stood there at, I want to say it was pretty close to 40 yards again, and the clients didn't have a good shot, and he was standing there grunting, doing these challenge grunts that were so loud and ambient, and it was just so cool. And he stood there, and he kind of, tickled his antlers on some trees, and then his cow circled around us, and she was right beside us, staring right at us, knew everything that was going on, just watched it all play out. And client still didn't have a good shot at the bull. He just kept moving around, but never gave an opening. And then finally, Cody's like, well, we got to make a move. So he took the clients and tried to move so they could get a clear shot. And that cow saw us make the move, and she took off, and the bull followed her. Yeah. And I mean, they were moving too fast to get a shot off.
So in instances like that, coming from the filming side of things, so the client doesn't have a shot, I'm assuming, at like the vitals and stuff like that. Are you still able to get good video, like focus in and see things good?
Yeah, so I had a shot.
You could have shot it with a gun.
So and here's the deal too, like those clients were once again first time moose hunters. Yeah. And it was Monday morning. like right out of bed. So it's a lot to take in. That rush, like first thing right off the bat, and I'm sure he might have caught a glimpse of vitals in there at one point, but just wasn't ready. And so that bull took off. I got some great footage of him though, grunting and raking. And so we knew there was a bull across the road. So we just walked out of that cut and went right across the road and got on another skidder trail and got up onto this little bench where we could see down into this bottom, and Cody did a cow call, and this smaller bull just came running, and he's like, now's my chance. He booked it right to us, and he was just he was coming right in, and he was right out in front of us, just moving along. And the client had an opening, the younger kid, Ryan, he had an opening, and he took a shot and killed him.
That was it.
That was it. Made a really good shot, and we weren't expecting that for that to happen so quick.
It's funny how it happens like that.
And they were both shocked, and we knew the bull was in there, but he just bedded down right there. Like, he didn't move all morning. And so he killed that bull. Nice 34-inch bull. They were stoked. They're from New York, and it's their first time moose hunting. Pretty great Monday morning. Once again, had 2 bull encounters, calling them in. And for October, that was pretty cool because during my October hunt, they were very unresponsive. And I think the route might have been a little bit earlier last year, but this year it seemed like October was really where it kicked off, or they were making a lot of noise.
The week before our October week was on fire.
Oh yeah,
It was,
but there were still some bulls talking. That October week. So Monday, had a great start to the week, and then Tuesday.
Well, I know Monday night we were sitting there at the dinner table at the guide house, and Jake's like asking people who wants them to come along and video. And he asked me, and I'm like, nah, I'm on video quite a bit. I think I'm good. I should have taken you.
So if you listen to the last podcast,
should have had a videographer. But I'm glad that you went with Dana because it turned into this whole story for the whole week.
Yes. So that's the thing with filming these moose hunts. I don't have a list of guides I'm going with. I might for Monday, but after that it's like kind of pick and choose unless Nate or Kenny reaches out and is like, we want you to go with these guys. So like Rob said, we were hanging out, and I was trying to decide which guide to go with the next morning, and hopped in with Dana, and we had quite an adventure.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Well, I'll back up just a
start
day.
your Monday.
So my Monday, I had a spot that we'd hunted a few times over the years, and I think last year in September, 2 bulls were harvested out of this spot, and the back end of it's like 2.5 mile walk in, and I have a sneak route that if the river's low, you can walk across the river and get in the back. So it's like a 1 mile walk as opposed to 2.5, and on the right wind, that'd be a good way to go in there. So scouting, I went in there and saw some fresh sign the week before. Figured that we'll hunt in the back end, which is down in this black spruce bog area, and on the front end it's up a little higher and it's all hardwood. So Monday morning comes and the wind is good to go down the front way up through the hardwoods, and boy, we had a slow morning. Didn't have any calling.
You didn't even have a morning.
Oh,
Monday
well,
morning.
it's true. Well, we did. That's so funny because I jumped right to the hunt. Well, yeah. So I go to pick up my clients, and it's a father and son, and the son has the permit. The father's along for the ride. He's not a sub-permittee. He's just along for the ride. Both serious deer hunters from Pennsylvania.
It's freaking Pennsylvania, guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They can hunt.
They can hunt for sure, and they can shoot when they need to shoot. And they can move in the woods quiet. I mean, they totally are great hunters. So I go to pick them up at the inn, and they're going to the emergency room as the father does not feel well and shortness of breath. They're thinking maybe a cardiac issue. So right out of the gate, 5 a.m., they're off to the ER.
And you found out when you showed up to pick them up,
yeah,
right?
I found out when I showed up.
So it just happened.
Yeah, it just happened. So
It's crazy.
I go into the woods anyway to scout another spot where I saw a bull on Sunday morning. And the bull was standing right where I would park to hunt that spot. So I went there, and there was another hunter close by calling way too much. So it's just as well that they weren't with me, because we would have gone there, and then we would have gone in the long walk road, because it's right there next to it. So I do a couple miles walking in the morning. Not much is going on. Didn't hear any bulls or cows. Get a message that they're coming back from the ER. Everything was good. Everything checked out. Probably something to do with food allergy or indigestion or something like that. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
So I take them to the road, the long walk in, and also it's a gravel road that you can't drive, but it's easy walking. So I figured this would be a good place to start them out anyway, especially if you just had some health issues.
Unsure of
condition. I just didn't know what was going on there. And we packed our lunches, just let's make a whole day of it, because we finally got in the woods about 10:30 in the morning. So we, missed the opening light. It was still a nice day, nice and cool. Wind was still good. It was not a windy day. And there was a lot of moose sign at the first part of the road, the first half mile. The middle mile and a half was kind of a dead zone. And then the very back, there was sign that was fresh from when I'd last been in there on the prior Thursday, I think. Yeah, or Friday, but nothing had been in there since that I could tell. But we had a good day anyway. We spent most of our time in the midsection of the road, but on the way in, we're coming to the end, and I saw something way up the road that was dark, and I just figured it was a stump or a culvert on the side of the road. And we're about 100 yards away, and it moves. It's a bear. We walked right up on a bear.
Wow.
Which is
so
rare,
cool.
super rare.
I mean, we have a lot of bears, and they pretty much are hard to see in the woods. And
You got a video of it even.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was eating clover. You could see it eating clover.
Yep.
Yeah, it was grazing. And then when it made a pretty good move, but it was still not alarmed that we were there. It was limping, so it's wouldn't put its right foot on the ground, so it was injured. There was something wrong with it.
Probably didn't want to move very fast.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Fueling up for the winter.
Yeah, totally. Or clogging up for the winter. Cause
right.
A lot of them were going down.
Yeah.
Already.
That's when they usually switch to like the grasses and
Really?
stuff, ain't it?
Yeah.
They'll hibernate right. They'll go in the dens right now.
Yeah.
No way.
Sure. Yep. Depends on the food. Like if there's a ton of food out there and they get really fat, it's like a body condition thing. Some will go down a little earlier than others.
Yep. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and
See,
usually they eat a lot of grass and that sort of stuff right before they go lay down.
Yeah. Here's what I love about hunting with Dana. Spending the week with him. This guy's a biologist.
Yeah, wildlife biologist
By
training.
Yeah. So every day you learn something new about the wilderness. It's amazing. Yep. Could be as simple as a bull or a hawk. And,
goshawk.
learn all kinds of cool facts, and I'm fascinated by that stuff. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Oh, that's good. It's great.
Yeah.
I love just showing people stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In the woods.
Yeah, I bet.
So we're trying to feed gray jays, and these gray jays, they'd come check us out, but they wouldn't eat.
Yep.
Saw a spruce grouse, nice male spruce grouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it was a good nature morning,
Yeah.
and we sat at the junction of two trails. We could see 400 or 500 yards down both of them. So we had
That's
a
good
nice vantage point, and
I guess
that's
so.
kind of where the moose sign had petered out
Yeah.
coming in. So we walked most of the way back out, got to this junction, and after walking that whole system, we knew that from there up, that's where the moose were. And the wind was wrong to go down that spur road to the left, but we could watch it from this one vantage, so we could see both roads. So we sat there till about half hour before end of shooting, maybe 45 minutes before end of shooting, and hadn't heard anything. And I was calling periodically every 15 or 20 minutes, just a single cow call. Nothing was going on. So with that much time left, we decided to walk out the road.
Yeah. Because you were a good
Just
poke in
take our
there.
time. Yeah, and we knew that first half, 3/4 of a mile road had a lot of browse sign, ton of browse sign. And in October, I hunt browse sign pretty much exclusively. Like the bull sign is old.
Yeah.
By October, they still might be rutting, but the bulls have been in fights. They've been breeding. They don't necessarily want to get in another fight
Yeah.
unless they have to. They're probably cowed up if there's cows that are still available, but you do get cruising bulls in October. But bottom line is I hunt the browse, especially in October, and they're transitioning from soft food to hard food, and it's real obvious in the red maple whips. They're all chewed and they're all fresh. So that's where we hunted on the way out, real slow, and we crest the last rise, and there's a moose. You could see, first thing you could see is the tips of the popples. They're probably 10-foot tall popples wagging around in the brush. It's like there's a moose right there feeding, and sure enough, it was a cow. And we watched her for a little bit. But I had my client. He had a stick he wanted to use. I had him get on the stick. It was the first moose he had ever seen.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
So it's like, all right, get on the stick, steady your gun, take a look at it. It's a cow.
Don't shoot it.
Right, but I want you to be ready because there might be a bull with her. So let's get ready. We got 15 minutes of shooting light left. And then we see there's a calf with it too. And so we watched them for probably 2 or 3 minutes. The cow walks around the corner out of sight, and still didn't know if there was a bull there. So we snuck down the road a little closer, and she saw us move, and she came charging around the corner.
Really?
Like right at us. Ears laid back. She's still 80 yards away, but it was a young of the year calf, so it was a 6-month-old calf with her, and she was defensive. She took a defensive posture right off.
Protective mother.
Yeah, and it startled all of us. I usually don't have them do that in the fall, but yeah, she wanted to make it known that she was not happy we were there. And then she barked at us, and off they went.
Yep.
There was no bull with them.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah, so we got back out to the truck, and we had a great helper, and he was down the road watching a pond area for me, and told him, meet us at shooting hour, and we'll go out together. And 5 minutes after shooting, here he comes. He showed up right on time, right when he was supposed to.
He's awesome. Shout out to Jet.
Yeah, Jet is a great find for sure.
Yeah,
he was
is.
And just the fact that he was where he was supposed to be and he showed up when he was supposed to be there was great. So anyway, that was our first day, and so these guys had never seen moose before. So we had a cow and a calf.
You should quickly tell the story of how Trevor got his moose tag.
Yeah, so I didn't know this at the time either, right? So,
Right.
So I had, I was going to have another client, and last minute they changed. Clients changed. Well, the tag, what was it? Oh, so it was a lodge tag, and the client who had the lodge tag couldn't do it, and he wanted to defer the tag. Well, and we couldn't get it deferred, so he had to give it up. And he had booked through an agency that then went to their preferred client list and found somebody who would take the tag, but he couldn't go. But he said, "I'll take the tag, and I'll give it to my superintendent." So it was gifted to my client by his boss.
Just so.
It's a heck of a bonus.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he covered the hunt and covered everything for his dad to join him too.
Yeah, it was just super
So cool.
generous, very
Yeah.
nice, and obviously, they're great people.
Yeah. And he said he
So
just
he
found out a
deserved
few
it.
days before.
Well, he gets like a text from his boss or a call from his boss. Hey, do you want to go on a Maine moose hunt? And he's like, well, yeah, of course, I've always wanted to do that, but there's a couple things, time and money that I kind of need first. He said, well, you open up this link, send him a link, and it was everything. It was his tag, his name and everything on the tag,
Yeah.
just the week before.
Man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, midweek. He's like, pack your stuff.
Pack your stuff.
We're heading north.
We're going moose hunting. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So he jumped right on that, which was great. They were just super clients. So then,
yeah, you could tell why his boss would give him that tag.
Yeah.
I mean, super
yeah,
awesome guy,
yep,
humble, like nice people.
yeah, really nice. Farmers from
Yeah.
Northeast Pennsylvania, and love to hunt and work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Yep, good folks.
Yep.
So Monday, I considered a success. We weren't canceling a hunt because of medical issues. And
Right.
the walk we had was fairly easy, slow pace, and we covered 2.5 miles in like 3 or 4 hours. We just took our
Just
time,
slow
and I
poking
kept
around.
an eye on him, and he was doing fine. Making sure he was drinking plenty of water, all that. He was good. So then Tuesday, after getting together with all the other guides, Cody said he had a spot that was on fire, and lots of cows calling, lots of bulls calling.
That was
And,
where we were
Where
Monday
you were,
morning.
yeah,
So
yeah, so we,
I attest to
you can
that.
find, yeah, you can find a pocket where there's a hot cow, and there'll be a bunch of
Nothing
bulls
like it.
there. And Cody had found one of those spots.
And he knew, like, right after Ryan, the client, killed his bull, he knew someone else had to go back in there. Like, we
Yeah.
had that other bull, fired up.
Yeah. So that's what we did.
Yep.
And Jake is like, hey, could you mind if I jump on your hunt? And I checked with my clients, and they were good with it. So Jake hopped in with us, and we roll in there right at legal, and there's a bull standing on the side of the road. And it's
Didn't
one of
even
the-
get to where we were going to park.
we were half a mile from where we were going to park.
Yep.
And there's a bull standing on the side of the road, and he trots off right at legal. It's one of those mornings it's hard to see, though. It is still dark out.
Yeah.
Even though,
Could you see what he was though?
So I got a profile view of him, and he had palms, and then he turned, and I could see, looking at him as he was going away, that the palms were kind of straight up and down.
Yeah.
So he wasn't very wide.
But
The
tall.
palms were like turned in
Yep.
towards the center.
I got a super quick glimpse of him, but
Yeah, it
Not
was a
great.
good sized moose. It wasn't a little guy. It was probably a mature bull, but not a giant.
Yeah.
And these guys
It's not
were,
always about the width.
no, and these guys were looking for like a representative Maine moose, which the average Maine moose for a bull, antler wise, is 35 to 40 inches,
Yeah.
somewhere in that range. And this moose was definitely in the mid 30s. But it was quick, and he's in the bushes. So we roll to a stop. He's out of the truck, and we go in there after him. He hadn't gone far. We definitely bumped him. Heard him a couple more times, but he was moving off. He was spooked.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was good to get out of the truck and see how they did because we went right down a skid trail, right into the slash after this bull, and these guys did
A little test run.
they
Yeah.
they did really well under pressure like
Yeah.
that. And sunrise was amazing. It was beautiful.
Had a full rainbow over us coming out to the
Oh,
trail.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Just
Sunrise was, that was a
it was
beautiful morning.
spectacular.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Tuesday
And
morning
it
was amazing.
Yeah, and it was a little frost on everything. It was perfect. And so we get back up to the truck after I didn't want to push him to any harder. It didn't sound like he was terribly spooked, like he didn't go crashing off. We heard him snap a couple times.
Yeah.
I might have heard a grunt off to the left. Might have heard a grunt off to the right. Wasn't sure. It was a quiet morning, so definitely heard some snapping. So there were moose around, and we're in this. Probably that part of the cut was 2 years old, and where we were headed was a 1-year-old cut. So
Prime.
like prime feeding area, and it's all selectively cut. So we, instead of driving further in, we just walked it all, and we get to the corner, and we can hear a bull grunting. I think we heard a cow too.
Just like Monday morning.
There was a lot. There was a
That's
lot
cool.
going on.
We had we just got up the road and could hear that small bull doing tendon grunts.
Yeah. So we heard that, and I'm thinking there's a bull and a cow right here, and we see a moose just starting to come out, just like
sweet.
the edge of it, about 100 yards away, and it turned into a small bull. It was that one was a forkhorn. Yeah, that was a forkhorn bull. Meanwhile, this tendon grunt stuff is going on off to the left behind where this bull just came out, and the bull comes out real slow. It's just feeding its way along, and the tendon grunts are getting closer, and I'm thinking, well, there's going to be a cow and a big bull here. Well, no, it's just a little fork or a spike bull.
Yeah. Well, I think the forkhorn came out. He was the one, I think, doing the tendon grunts, because we were just watching him. He was, right there, and I'm getting great video of him. And then I see something in the bushes. I'm like, oh, there's a partridge right in front of him. And it's the freaking nose of a moose. There was like a
that's right.
8-foot dip there, and you
yeah.
just see his nostrils
Oh, you
feeding. Yeah. And finally, this spike bull just comes up over out of the ditch. And I was like, oh, there's another moose.
Yeah, we watched them for a long time.
Yeah, they did, and they just walked off. We were right there,
didn't care.
middle of the
Yeah.
road, and it's so cool, watching their behavior. So I had my camera zoomed right in on them, and you could just see him picking the tips of the maple trees, and it was cool. It was cool watching them.
Yeah. And
But-
we didn't want to spook them either, so we just
Yeah.
watched them and let them feed off, and they went up into the woods.
And
we could hear. I think we heard a cow,
exactly.
and another bull
wow.
down and beyond them. So we snuck down there. I think we didn't waste any time. I think we cruised right down to that point
Yep.
where you guys had started on Monday morning. We got right down there, and bull and a cow were down to
He
our
was
left.
he was raking
He was raking.
right beside us, probably
Nice.
150 yards or something.
Yeah, probably in the back end of that cut.
Yeah.
So I raked, he would rake, I rake, he would rake. So we went in to try to get closer to him. Meanwhile, Cal was taking him off because she called, I think, further to the right. And he grunted. So they kind of faded off and we couldn't catch up with them, which was okay. I mean, I didn't want to blow him out of there either. So we back out, circle around, and this is towards the back of the cut. And that cow call's way in the back of the cut, so further and further away. And we go in there, didn't have any response to calls or anything, but the browse sign and the droppings in there were unbelievable.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And this is a 1-year-old cut, so they're eating all the very first flush of stump sprouts.
Yep, stumps. I saw that a lot.
Healthy cut too. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really nice patch of woods. They did a nice cut in there. There was one main skid trail with a bunch of the forks off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Good walking, good visibility, and just the amount of, and there's droppings of all ages. There was older stuff. They'd been in there for a while feeding, and there was still a lot of feed in there. Like they hadn't browsed everything. And there's a big bog in the back of it. That's where those moose headed. We heard them calling down in there. So, this is like a perfect setup to sit and watch.
It was incredible.
At what time? Like what time of the day was that?
I think we quit walking around in there by 10, something like that.
10. And they were still calling down
I think
at the
it was
bottom?
9:30 because we kept joking we were having lunch every day at 9:30.
Oh, that's right.
Because we'd come out of our first hunt and obviously hungry and ready to eat, and we just had our sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I did.
Yeah.
I think everyone else.
The first day, we didn't do that. This Tuesday, we definitely did that.
Yeah,
Because,
and then it became the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So 9:30 lunch.
9:30 to 10, we'd have lunch. I think Tuesday was 10.
Yeah.
When we finally got back to the truck because we had to walk about a mile back to where the truck was.
That's
parked.
right. Yep. We parked way back. So
Yeah.
didn't booger anything up getting in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and then we decided, let's go look a couple other spots. Let's go scout a little, but be back here for 2:30 or 3 and sit till dark.
Yep.
Because there were just moose in there like crazy. And
not a spot you want to leave.
no. So before we came out, we found a spot that looked like would be a good spot to sit. We could see pretty well. We could see the ridges that had been cut to the right. We could see down into the bottom. So that's what we did that evening. We went back. We didn't find anything too special during the day. We went back that evening, set up, and the wind was perfect. Very little wind, light breeze now and then. We could hear well.
Nice
And,
napping spot.
Yeah. Yep. We all took a nap. And then,
That was early. I mean, we got in there at 2:30.
I think 2:30.
Early.
So 4:30 I started calling a little bit. And I'd just do a short cow call. More or less just to sound like a moose. And, break a twig now and then. Might have done a little raking, just light rake here and there. Call every 15 or 20 minutes. Just not make a lot of noise. And probably half hour before legal shooting.
Yeah, because you'd gone quiet for a while with the calling, and we'd just been listening for maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then half hour before you let out that cow call, and bull
grunted
responded
Immediate. That's
away.
awesome.
immediately.
Yep. It was real quiet.
Yep.
Probably his mouth was closed or something.
Yeah.
It's hard to judge how far away it was, but he got grunting pretty good. And I was doing cow and bull
And raking,
and
yeah.
raking.
You could hear him respond and just working his way in. But at this point, it's getting dark. In the woods, it gets dark quick. So we're like running out of daylight trying to call this bull in.
Yeah. And he was definitely coming to us. And then he's about 10 minutes to go, and he's grunting really loud, and he's coming. And I can't see him. I think you saw him first.
Yeah, so when you could tell when he came out of because he was down in this bottom, and it was like a spruce bog or something down there.
Spruce bog.
Yep, and he came out of there, and you could tell when he stepped out, because then his grunt, it was loud and there were no trees.
Yeah, it just echoes across.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw him. He was face on at like probably close to 200 yards.
He's pretty far.
Grunting, and I told Dana, so he started raking and just kind of matching the bull's energy. And then he finally turned and walked just, broadside across the cut.
He was on a skidder trail, turns out, down in the bottom. The lowest skidder trail.
Yep, and
Probably
still
150 yards away when I saw him.
Yep.
Standing broadside, and he looked like a good bull.
Yeah, but this is right before dark.
Yeah. 5 minutes, I think, away.
Oh, gee, and it's dark at 5 minutes.
Trevor's trying to get a good view of him. I could see him pretty good, but still, like, at that time of the day, it would have been a really tough shot.
Yeah.
But he's doing these challenge grunts and making all kinds of noise, similar to Monday morning, which we then found out it was the same bull.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So he was really, standing his ground in there.
Yeah. And
making a lot of noise.
The one thing we didn't think about was thermals.
Yeah.
So he's lower than us, and there's strips. So it's open enough that our wind is going right.
Yeah, blowing right down to
It flipped
him.
right around as soon as it, that last half hour, it got, how it gets cold, and all of a sudden the thermals are flowing downhill.
Yeah.
And I'm using, milkweed pretty much constantly. I keep an eye on the wind really close, and I like the milkweed because you can watch it. You get it lofting really well, and it'll go a long way. You can see exactly where it goes, and he's calling, and I put milkweed out, and it's going right straight down there.
That last time.
And he worked to the left, and he walked right into our wind.
Oh,
Because you were doing the milkweed those hours we were sitting there, and it was blowing up hill behind us, and then that last time you put some out, it went right down towards the direction he stepped out. And
Yeah, he worked. Well, he probably understood he could feel wind, and I mean they circle downwind.
Oh yeah.
They know, especially after they survive a couple seasons, they figure out.
He's got it figured out. I mean,
they do it with each other. They do it with each other too.
Yeah.
They're constantly using scent to communicate amongst themselves. So either way, great evening. Had a great opportunity, but my client's dad put it this way, and these aren't maybe his exact words, but if you don't take a shot and you regret it, you can do something about it. If you take the shot and regret it, there's nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, these guys totally got it. He could have had a shot, but low light, it was his decision to pull the trigger or not. He didn't. He totally made the right call.
Yeah.
Because, we don't know if there was any brush in the way.
Yep.
It was a 150-yard shot, which is a long shot at low light, and first bull moose that he ever really got a good look at.
Yeah.
And these guys are avid hunters, and like his dad also said to me, he's like, if he had a shot, bull would have been dead.
Yeah.
Like
so we're kind of just overwhelmed by the whole thing. 'Cause,
we were shaking.
I remember
Crazy.
you lit up the group chat.
Oh my god!
as soon as I saw that bull, I got uncontrollable shakes because it was a nice bull.
It was awesome.
And just the way he came in and we worked him and he worked us was
Just interaction.
Just
with
the
us.
oh my god! I've never heard moose like make so much noise. He was fired up.
it was exciting.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
At this
No,
point, we
no.
know this spot is like
Yeah, so
On
that's where,
spot.
that's where we're gonna hunt, basically.
right.
So Wednesday, trying to think what even happened Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Was that the
Did
rain
happen
day?
Wednesday.
We
Was
that
had,
Wednesday the
Thursday?
rainy day?
I don't
Or
know.
was Thursday the rainy day?
we had a rain day.
Rain day was Thursday.
Yeah. So
Um,
Wednesday we went back there in the morning.
Oh, that's right. So Trev, we did the, almost identical to what we did
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and didn't hear anything like we did the previous morning. But then we got down that same skidder trail, and Trevor actually spotted 2 cows that caught our wind
Yeah.
and took off, and then another cow ran off
That's
behind
right.
them.
There was 3 cows.
Or
in
we didn't
there.
get a good look at
Yeah.
the moose, but he was pretty positive that it was a cow.
Yeah, he had his. Yeah, so he spotted the movement first, and he got his gun on it. He got his scope on it, and he's like 2 cows,
Yep.
and then 3 cows.
So those
They
3,
were gone.
yeah. And this was the day that the wind was real bad and swirling and
wind.
could
Yep.
never get a consistent wind. So those cows spooked, and then we got down kind of close to where they were, and you were like, we just got to back out of here. We're gonna
Yeah.
mess something up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we backed out, and we went scouting a few other places.
Yep.
Just stayed out of there.
Yep.
It's like this is not conducive.
And then that evening, we had the same thing happen with the wind. Just wasn't consistent. We looked over that clearing, and then we decided like an hour
Oh, right.
before dark, we were like, let's just get out of
Yeah,
here
yeah.
and go.
Yeah.
So we went. That's right. So we working with the wind. We sat in a different spot on the other side of, like we sat where we saw that bull the first time we went in there Tuesday.
One off the road,
The
yeah.
one off the road, and we went in there because the wind wouldn't be blowing down into the bog so
Yep.
much where the moose were bedded. That's
So we thought.
yeah. Well, we get all set up down in there, and we can see 150 yards.
Trevor's dad
pretty-
was nesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what he was? You said he was making a
Yeah.
seat cushion out of
Yeah,
moss?
the client's dad, he would, when we'd sit down, he'd get his, he'd throw a bunch of moss in there and get a nice cushion made with all the materials in the woods. And we kept saying he was nesting. So that time he had moss, and he packed down this, basically a recliner out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was comfortable.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was,
No, I wasn't
I
either.
was sitting
I
on
hate that.
It
You
was
sit-
the
at first you
worst.
sit down, you're like, this isn't bad. 5 minutes goes by, you're like,
It was pretty brutal.
Trevor's sitting on a piece of bedrock, a piece of ledge.
Yeah. And you'd see the milkweed, it'd be like going the right direction, and then 5 minutes later you'd be sitting there, and it'd come.
yeah, right back. Like, oh, I
yeah,
just saw you.
It happened a few times where I was like, I haven't put out milkweed in 5 minutes, and here comes this piece floating past me and going down down towards the bog. It's like,
Yeah, so
what is
that
going
was
on here?
that day was tough with the wind.
Yeah, and so about an hour before, we just said, let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Yeah.
point in,
I've done that.
this isn't more panning out. So then we just slow rolled out of there.
Yeah. Might catch one on the road on the way
Road
out.
trip.
Exactly.
Way out.
Yep.
So then Thursday was a big rain, windy day. Oh, the wind was relentless.
Yeah, it was bad.
Hit high winds Wednesday afternoon, rolled into high winds on Thursday with rain. So we said, well, let's introduce you guys into road hunting.
Yeah, traditional
Peter
Maine moose
hunting.
hunting.
So we went up to a big network of roads that have a lot of cuts, some nice ridges, good visibility, and we killed a bunch of moose. in
Yeah,
there
yeah, we have a
over the
history with the
years.
area for sure.
A lot of it, last ditch effort with 6 guides looking everywhere and finding a bull. And so anyway, it's a good place to hunt on a rainy day in particular. So we go in there and we have Cody with us, and Cody finds a bull right away pretty much. We're not far away. We're 3 miles from him.
Yep.
So we get over there pretty quick. The bull had gone off the road, and, and he comes over the radio, really calm. I found a bull. It's a shooter bull. He doesn't care
Yeah,
about
that's
me.
right.
He's just kind of standing in the road.
It was so funny how he said
just
it.
so deadpan.
It was so
no
chill.
emotion at all. And so we get over there pretty quick. The wind is good. We get all he's a shooter. We get all the way to the end of the road, and where the bull had been, and we jump a whitetail right away, and it stops like 30 yards away and is looking at us, and
Could see his tracks.
could see his tracks.
The leaves.
Yeah, so the leaves are freshly fallen. You could pick out moose tracks, and that deer goes off, and thinking he could have spooked the moose, but maybe not. And we, tracked that moose in leaves for a few hundred yards, and then went right to a big cedar swamp bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of lost the tracks right there, so we backed out of there. We had seen a cow.
Oh, you did? You
Yeah,
did see one
we
of them?
did. We saw a cow, and we went down in there, and I did some calling in there,
Yeah.
but just the wind was too tough.
Oh yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
I couldn't get myself to wake up that day.
Oh yeah. So Jake was sleeping most of the day. We saw quite a few birds.
Just wanted the time to go by quicker.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think somebody else Jet saw a cow.
I saw
Yeah,
a cow.
you guys,
I
yeah.
saw a
You
cow.
were with
Yeah, we
Jet,
saw a cow
right?
at the same time that Cody saw the bull, but on a completely different road.
Yep.
Yeah,
it was brutal.
And so that was it. And those guys had enough of road hunting.
Yeah. But you spent the whole rest of the day road hunting.
No, I can't
Pretty much.
stand it.
Pretty much.
Yep, especially in the back seat,
Oh, it's
knees
rough.
right up against the seat.
Yeah.
I was sound asleep most of the day.
Yeah.
If I heard moose, I was ready to go. But
So the next day, we knew that we had to get into our spot based on the wind. Like you couldn't come up, and this was after the rain. It was a northwest wind, which would be bad for our spot. No question, it was going to be bad in there. And we had earlier in the week there was a camp down in there. We happened to meet the camp owners, and there was a cable on the road, and I'd asked them if we could use their road, and they said absolutely, no problem at all.
really nice guys.
Yeah, and they had driveway from two ways. They had one from the south side and one from the north side. Like the old driveway came in and crossed the stream on a bridge, and the bridge was out, so they had a new driveway coming in the north. And so we went around the south side, and they even said, we'll drop the cable for you so you can just drive in. And that wasn't our plan. Our plan was to walk in and hunt it on the way in anyway. If we're going into our spot in good wind, we're going to hunt it on foot. So we go in that way, get across the stream.
And they had said when we met them, like, you're not going to be able to get across the beavers knocked the bridge down. Like, water's deep. They're
all
like, you're
flooded
going to
out.
want waders if you go in there. But we decided we were going to check it out anyways.
Yeah.
And got across. Trevor and I had to build a bridge.
I had my Leatherman. I was cutting cedar branches off
With the little
to get
Leatherman tool.
to get across it was a beaver dam right at the old bridge site, and it was a kind of a real narrow, tough beaver dam to walk.
I mean, we're lucky
anyway,
we had capable clients because you had to for that. That was a test.
That's for sure. And then you guys made that little bridge, and that made it slick.
Yep.
So anyway, we get on the other side. The wind's perfect. We're in the back of those cuts. And I just want to check it out. See if there's a good spot for us to sneak in. This is midday, so we're going to probably go somewhere else, but this is scouting it out, and I wanted to see if there was a good way to get to the middle of the cut and have visibility of the open area down to the bog where they were bedded. We know they were bedded in there. and cow calls, and it's like midday. Remember that?
Crazy. This cow was bellowing so loud.
Midday,
in
that's
the
nuts.
bog,
Yeah.
middle of the bog, and she was there. We heard her in the morning.
We heard her in the morning, and I had taken a bearing and plopped a
Yeah.
point where I thought she was.
Yeah.
And from the other side, essentially triangulating on it, she was still in that
Same
same
spot.
That's
same
nuts.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're like 600 yards away from her, and she's bellowing down in this bog, and it's like, we're definitely gonna hunt here. And
Yeah.
we found a spot, but on the way, so we get 100 yards in the woods, and Trevor once again sees a moose. He gets his, I mean, he
Right
pops
there.
his gun right up, and there was a fork-horn bull bedded 20 yards, 30 yards.
less than 20 yards from
Yeah,
us
it was
initially.
close. It
Yeah.
stood right up. And
Did it run off, or did
like
you
that.
stand there for a minute? Try to
No,
figure out where you were?
our wind was good.
Our wind was
and
good.
it just woke up. It was like he was in a daze. He just stood
He's
there.
like, what is that?
Yeah, but Trevor was on top of it. I mean, he was ready. If that bull had a good rack, he was ready to go. But yeah, that bull, he just meandered off. We didn't really
We didn't
bother
scare
him.
Yeah, so we backed out of there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're coming back in the evening.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the wind was right. Coming in from that end
Yep.
was the way to do it.
Yep. So that evening, we went in there and snuck through a bunch of skid trails, through some slash. These guys were super quiet. It was excellent. We got to a spot pretty much right where I wanted to be. We were like 200 yards from the spot we sat Tuesday night, where we had an opportunity at that bull. And
downwind.
We were downwind and we were low. So the thermals weren't going to mess with us. We had good visibility. If the thermals kicked in, they'd actually be flowing behind us.
Yeah.
So it would have been all good there. And
I think what's cool about this too is like we had 4 days to figure this out. Like
To figure that area out. Figure
Yeah.
out where the moose are.
know the cut, know how to play the wind, and like know where the moose are bedded. Like we're right there. So that was like being a part of that process was really neat.
yeah, like if we had parked where we were parked the last day, I don't think we would have walked more than a mile total each day.
No,
So we just hunted our spots. Kenny
Yeah.
always says hunt your spot. So we hunted the spot. We figured it out. The moose weren't going anywhere.
Yeah. The moose are there. They're there for
They got
a
the
reason.
feed.
They're going to stay there.
they had the feed.
There
they
was
were
so much
yeah.
feed in there, and that's what we were basically hunting downwind of bedding area in feed. It's kind of like you would do with whitetail.
With
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was what I
So-
was picturing when we were hunting them
And
on
that's
Friday.
and I always say this, that hunting moose nowadays, to be consistently successful, you got to kind of hunt them like whitetail. The big bulls are smart. Even the young bulls are fairly smart. The cows are super smart. The cows use the wind a lot. Like I can't tell you how many times I've been working a bull and a cow circles downwind before he does
Yeah.
and barks at us.
Yeah, blows
and
it.
then game over. Because I mean they have a calf with them a lot, right? So they're defending their calf all the time, and that's just the way cows are. They're I think they're more wary than bulls a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So anyway, we figured this spot out, and we initially got in there and sat down for an hour just to let the woods quiet down. And so I was napping for. I got close to an hour of sleep, I think.
somehow napping straight up. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
sitting
you were
on
saying
his
that wasn't
thumb.
even sitting against a tree. Just
Nope. This is with his head to the side, rocking back and forth.
Yep, I was rocking a little bit for sure.
But yeah, just let
And
everything
then-
calm down.
Yep, just let the woods calm down, and then we snuck another couple hundred yards up, found this perfect spot. Guys were super quiet. It was perfect. We were set up in the right spot, and so then short cow call every 15 minutes. Break a twig once in a while, but no, just and like short meaning like
Mm-hmm.
That's it. One little call, and just to sound like a moose. Put them at ease. And so when they came out of their beds to feed, they might come looking for
Yeah,
us.
they might be like, oh,
Yeah.
what's Joan doing over there?
Yeah. Boy, we did that until probably an hour before the
Yep.
end of shooting, and we were just about to move a little closer to the bog, and I see a moose coming up the trail out of the bog. So,
And before that, like 20 minutes
oh,
before
you're right.
that.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we were
Yeah.
just sitting there, and he was calling here and there, and then we heard a snap, and you thought you heard an antler knock.
I heard an antler knock.
Yeah, and so
And I
I-
knocked back.
Yeah.
yeah. So and Trevor gets right up because we're sitting down. He gets right up, has his gun rested on the tree, like ready to go. And we didn't know, where it really came from. We had a clue that it came from the bog, and then it had been like 20 minutes after that, and we kind of all decided, okay, let's start working towards the front of the cut where we had the encounter with the bull on Tuesday. And right as we were about to move, Dana spotted this moose coming out of the woods. Thank God.
Yeah, because if we had moved, we probably wouldn't have had the same visibility.
Nope.
So, and it was a cow, big
Yeah.
cow, and there's another moose behind it, and I honestly forget if it was you or Trevor that saw it was a bull first.
I saw because that's another great thing about filming is I zoom right in on them and I can focus it
Yeah.
so all those trees aren't in my way, and so I could see the antlers, so I could tell it was a bull coming in, and I'm sure Trevor at that point had his scope on him
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
pretty
and
dialed.
I got binoculars on it, and he's looking at us, and he looks like he's got a 35-inch spread or so.
Yep.
Small
Just a bull.
palms. Nice,
Friday.
nice typical bull.
Yeah.
That's it's Friday evening, right? And
But that's what they wanted, a respectable looking Maine moose,
yep.
Yeah,
yep,
and he was a respectable
Yep.
looking
So
moose.
so now, trying to get a shot at him, he's all at 200 yards away.
Yeah.
On the other end of this cut, and it's a partial cut, so there's a lot of trees, but there's good openings. So Trevor just tracks the thing until it gets into a good opening, but he's asked me, should I shoot it? Should I shoot it?
Yeah, and I'm there with the camera on it going, shoot it. Shoot it. It's Friday, shoot it. But Dana wanted to get a good look at him like any guy.
Yeah.
And obviously it was up to you.
And we knew there was a
Trevor.
bigger moose in there
Yeah.
too, and it's
Yeah,
not unusual
right.
to have 3 or
Yeah.
4 moose come out together.
Right.
So I'm like making sure, because I've had this happen where somebody shoots a moose and then the big one comes out
Yep.
and gives us a show. It's like, oh, okay, I don't want that to happen again, but I wanted to confirm what we had in front of us, and
we didn't hear any other moose at the time.
yep. So I said, yeah, take them, and didn't take them long.
Nope.
And so I'm on him with the binoculars. His dad's on him with binoculars, and Trevor shoots, and it just drops, and we saw it drop, and I think we both said at the same time, "You smoked him."
Yeah. And Trevor was nervous at first, like he thought he saw him spin around, but we all pretty much knew
drop. Yeah,
he
you saw him
dropped.
drop,
Yeah,
too.
I saw him dropped, and that cow just stayed there, just feeding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't
Oh,
care.
Didn't phase
she
her.
was eating something, and at the shot, she never even raised her head.
Yeah, I've had that
was
happen
crazy.
before. Yeah.
So we stayed there for a minute and watched her, and then we wanted to get down there before dark for photos.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started working. Dana led the way. We started working towards where that bull had dropped, and sure enough,
There he was.
yeah, there he was.
Yep.
So I just want to jump in on something real quick. You said you guys were hauling around sticks all week, shooting sticks. He was setting up on sticks. Did he shoot from sticks?
No.
Nope.
Resting from a
Not-
tree.
Yeah, so it was a monopod stick, which they're not the greatest, and there's right situation for it, in the woods is not it.
When they drag across a branch, doesn't sound like the
I should have just swapped it out for a maple sapling with a fork in it. But they were good with them, and they were pretty quiet. I let them. There was a couple times where I took it from them, but
you didn't want to pull a gentry and just huck it.
no, and they wanted to shoot off the stick, so
and they knew how to be quiet. Like these guys.
Yeah,
and I took. And they knew how to shoot all that. They knew what they were doing.
I feel like it's like recommended to bring something to shoot off of. So a lot of the clients that haven't moose hunted before are like, well, I'll get a shooting stick. But it's one of those things where just like chopping a branch off and using that.
I just wanted to bring that up because I think we say it a lot. Don't be glued to your sticks.
No, and I've had that happen where they got a tripod, which if you're going to bring sticks, that's what you should bring. Granted, they're bulkier, but they're solid. But I've had it before where they're stuck on the top of their stick, and to get the shot, you have to move right or left.
Mm-hmm. And in this case, he did.
He moved around. He moved around quite a bit. There was kind of a scramble there for 30,
we switched spots like 3 times. And then I had a clear view of the bull, and after Tuesday night, seeing that bull and having a clear view, I was like, Trevor, stand right where I am. Yeah. So he got there, and I just put my camera over his shoulder, and that's where he had the shot.
Yeah.
But he shot it from resting on a tree.
Resting on a tree. It's a solid.
Yep. It's perfect.
Solid way to do it.
With all that adrenaline going through you, and I feel like you get so focused, and you don't even realize how steady you are just without a stick, with just having something.
That's like my I already talked about it in the last podcast. My client shot from my shoulder. And he was shorter than me a little bit, so I'm squatting. My legs are shaking. In my head, I'm thinking, I'm a very unsteady rest right now. He was a little squirrely, but he got it off and it worked. So it's just.
I've done the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Had somebody shoot off my shoulder.
Yeah, but we walked up on him, had another gorgeous sunset, got to take photos in front of it. Cool. Yeah, the lighting was awesome. And then it was just totally meant to be, because we met those guys who owned the camp, just randomly ran into them when we got back to the truck. They were driving by, going out bird hunting. Yeah. And they were, super, super cool with us going and accessing through their property. And that was really cool. And then we killed the bull, and Dana.
Well, I had to go out to get a hold of our Jet and whoever else wanted to come for the pack out. So I actually had to drive 2 miles up the road to get signal, which was weird because we'd had signal in there all along, and I could not get a message out.
I remember getting the message in the group chat, and where Cody and I were, because Cody had to pick up another client because another guy had to leave. We heard you shot because we were on the south side of you, so that was cool. We heard the shot, and then all of a sudden Dana comes across, and we're like, "Oh, sweet!"
So Trevor and his dad and I were just standing there, and we see 2 headlamps coming back, which was you and Jet, and then you guys get there, and 5 minutes later we see 3 more, and we're like, oh, it's Rob and a couple other guys. No, it was the camp owners. The camp owners.
That's cool.
Yep, they all showed up, and they were there for the entire quartering process. And
even the woman that was
holding
the bag.
Yeah,
she's like, this isn't my first time.
Yeah. I said, you look like you know what you're doing there. She said, this is not my first time.
Yep.
Kept asking her, is that the backstrap bag? She's like, yep, I already got it.
Yep.
All right.
And then you showed up.
Super helpful.
And Rob Mayo and Meg showed up.
I drove them in. Yeah.
We had a crew there. There was a lot of people to support that.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
Packed it in the truck, I think, in 2 hours.
Yep. Yeah, we were back by, was it 9:15?
Only took
9:30, something like that.
Yeah, it only took a couple trips.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it could have easily taken one, but
that's what I was.
Jet and I just wanted to go.
Yeah.
Jet especially.
Yeah.
Jet waits all day to pack out. And he wants the biggest bull. He wants the most amount of weight on his back as he possibly can handle.
And he wants to carry the whole thing. He yelled at me in my pack out to not carry any meat.
Yeah. He's
I was like, no, I want it.
But it was super cool, and Trevor got to make the memories with his dad,
Oh,
who had
100%.
that health scare on Monday morning,
Yeah.
so you never know.
Yeah.
And killed a bull and got gifted the tag from
Yeah,
his
that's an
boss.
awesome story.
Like
yeah.
that,
And you had the whole thing on film, so it's something
all on
that's
film.
captured, you know.
that guy had the experience of a lifetime, and he knows it too. Like he was so stoked.
I mean, so did I.
Yeah,
That was.
Me too.
This is kind of the way I look at things. Is whatever you experience, it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
And that was
oh my
the
god,
whole
yeah.
story. The way
We
it
saw
pulled together.
a
Moose every day.
dozen plus
We
moose.
saw 16 moose. I
Yeah.
think, in the
16
end.
moose.
Yeah,
6 different bulls.
we shot number 16, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty.
So
it
it
was.
was good. It was the best zone 2 hunting I think I've seen, and it was just we found a pocket of
Yeah.
moose.
Yep.
It was amazing. Like, for me, just first time experiencing moose hunting like that with them being responsive and hearing them all the time.
Yeah. And our midday scouting, we'd go find another little cut, take a little walk. We found a nice shed in one of
Oh,
them.
that's right. You found
Yeah,
a nice
that's
shed
right.
too.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice side of a shed.
The birds, there are birds everywhere.
Everywhere,
I don't know how many grouse I saw. It was
May
a
have
lot.
There's a
dropped-
lot of woodcock too.
May have
was
dropped
That
a-
Saturday morning when we were trying to find that other moose, we were jumping
Yeah.
woodcock like
Yeah,
crazy in the
yeah.
woods.
May have dropped a camera lens in the pond.
Could have.
Don't talk about that.
Lost a
That-
microphone too.
Fortunately, yeah. I had some
Hazards
yeah,
of the job.
had
Yeah.
some mishaps. Luckily, Rob lended me some.
Yeah, luckily we
missing
have the same
parts.
exact camera,
Yeah.
so you were borrowing.
That helps.
Yeah, you were robbing my parts.
Yeah,
So
which I'm sure glad I did because we had that Friday and he killed that bull, and I don't know what I would have done with the little lens I had on there. So.
Yeah, you took my lens, which is an 18 to 300, and you gave me your little vlog lens, and I'm trying to film moose and like eagles. I'm looking at, and I'm like, how the heck does he use this thing? You can't even like zoom in on it.
Yeah, so I had a longer zoom lens that ended up getting submerged in
Taking
the
a
water.
swim. In the drink.
Taking a swim. I'm just glad my camera didn't take a swim.
Yeah.
That would have been
Yeah.
a brutal week, but
Yeah.
it was cool. Just
So I had all that help at the pack out. I didn't even get to carry a quarter out.
No, yeah,
I carried out, I think, everything that
soap
I carried
and water.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was pretty cool. I've never been on a pack out with you. Yeah,
Oh,
I haven't.
this
Yeah,
guy.
that was the first one, and just watching you like how much
Organized.
meat, organized, and how much meat you take off.
Yeah.
Like, granted, we all try to take off as much meat as possible, but like you're cutting off stuff that like you didn't even like. Dang, I don't even think I've ever wasted my
Well,
time.
the front quarter weighed like 30 pounds more than usual because you cut
Yeah,
off
how you
all
cut off-
of the meat
yeah.
that was right there.
That was so cool, and
Yeah.
you did it from like the back of it because
Yeah,
usually like
so-
we'll lift the leg up and slice it off that way, and
Right.
you're just like doing it, it just slides off. We're like, what?
yeah, well, that big sheet of meat that covers the ribs is
Yeah.
all attached to the back
Yeah.
of the shoulder. So I start at the back end and free it
That's
from
what
the
it
ribs.
is,
That's
and
crazy.
then all you have is separate muscle group, and you just peel that right off.
I've never seen it done that way, and it was so cool to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the quarter's bigger.
yeah.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, with that hunt, like just putting the puzzle pieces together,
Yeah.
seeing that process, like
Yeah.
taking notes every day of
Yeah.
what the moose are doing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
where they're going and playing the wind, and it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're your spots for your spots for a reason.
Yeah.
You know there's moose there. There's food there.
Yeah,
They're gonna be there.
don't leave moose, find moose.
Yeah.
We
Not
stayed
Everybody
in,
does it. Everybody leaves moose to find, and it works
Yeah.
sometimes. But it's like it's your spot for a reason.
Well, and if the conditions are bad for your spot and you know there's moose in there, now you got to figure out another way at it. And anytime I have spots that I scouted, I try to have at least 2 ways in,
Yep.
because our big prevailing wind 75% of the time is northwest. Mm-hmm. If you can't hunt your spot on a northwest wind, you're kind of out of luck.
Find another way.
So you got to find a southeast way in.
Yeah.
And I always like to have a back way in.
Yeah.
The moose I shot last year, I came in the back way, and I was showing one of the guides, Adam Jandro, well, this is the way I'm going in there. He said, nobody goes in that way. It's like, well, the wind
Yeah.
kind of forced me to go in that way.
Yeah. That's cool.
And we got a moose in there.
Yep.
You know?
I
So
feel like
playing the wind is
And I mean, out there, like,
important.
one got shot. The bird hunters were all around. We spooked some moose every day, but they were still right there. Like they had the food source, and they
you guys shot your moose right across the road from where Cody shot his.
Yeah, and then there was another one September season that was taken not that far away, and then I think Kenny's was not that far away.
Yeah, Kenny's was like just. I was sitting that night where I heard you shot. I was sitting where Kenny shot.
Yeah.
So, and
as
the crow flies, it's not far.
We're in a pocket.
It's funny though, like
good habitat and good moose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny though because those camp owners had been up there and they hadn't even seen a bull.
Yeah.
And like you don't realize it, but like once you're out there moose hunting and in it, you start to really see a lot of moose, but they hadn't seen a bull and they'd seen a couple cows and then right behind their camp that small bull was bedded, and then we shot one 4 hours later.
Yeah,
so
I've learned a lot this especially this October. I think a lot of people usually you pick like a road to use as like your hunting spot and you hunt off that road. I think a lot of times people get trapped to that road, like you were just saying, like they'll pick like your wind is going one way down the road and they're like, oh, I can't hunt that spot. It's like, well, you're getting, like we say with the sticks, you're glued to your sticks. You're glued to that road. Get off the road.
Yeah.
Even though you're walking and hunting the road, come in through the woods on the backside.
Yeah, find another way.
And I learned that in this October with not that portion of it, but with being in the pocket of moose. Like I was living with the moose Monday morning for 2 hours. Like they were 10, 20 yards away from us, and we were just part of them while they were there. And just hearing people from the roads, just calling from the road, those moose did not care. They didn't even look in their direction, but they heard a vehicle, they'd look, the vehicle would they'd go by, they'd go back to eating. People would call, they wouldn't even look. Yeah. They did not care. But when I was down there in with them, we were with them the whole time. Like we were calling back and forth to each other, and it kept them around. But I learned that sometimes you have to get off of even if you're walking the road, get off of the road.
And you have to hunt them. You've got a limited time frame.
Yep.
If you just disregard a spot because of the wind for a day and there's a nice bull in there, then that's time you've lost.
Yeah. So what we did on the days that the wind was bad is we looked into that south side. We figured out a better way in on that wind. We also looked at other spots that were close by. There was a series of these smaller cuts within 2 miles of this spot. So we checked all those places out too. That would be good on that wind. So, we just never found a sign like that was in that spot.
Yeah.
So we decided we got to hunt that spot. Yeah.
It was a good spot.
So Saturday morning I hunt with get right on somebody else's hunt, and they had a good bull coming down a winter road, turned off the winter road, and and we said, well, get around the other side, get ahead of him, because he's probably a cruising bull.
Yeah.
And the guide said, I don't see a way. So we get over there, bump into the guide, and he's headed to where we were thinking. We look at the mapping and say, there's a winter road on the other side. That's the way he needs to go in. And sure enough, he goes around. He had already come up with that plan. He goes around there, figures out the other way in. We hear a gunshot.
Yep.
So he went around the other side.
No way. Got a bull?
Got a bull.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
With 20 minutes after going in there. After.
Yep.
And it was a different bull, but they still got
the
a
wind's
bull.
still the same.
Yeah. So I got to actually carry some quarters out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I carried 3 quarters out.
Awesome.
That was the one that you were talking about that it looked like it had been shot before?
Yeah. Oh,
Was
yeah.
that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was missing a piece of its spine. So right on the
Like a
hump,
vertebrae?
like the processes that come off the vertebrae, right along. There's like wings that come off the vertebrae, and right on the top of the spine, there's a real long one where the hump is. There's all those vertebrae have real long processes that come off the top of the vertebrae. One of them was missing. There was a notch
Wow.
in the hump of
That's
this
pretty
bull,
cool.
and it was completely healed over
Yeah.
on the outside. You could see there was a notch on the outside. We skin it out, and that piece of bone is gone.
Oh, that's
And
the Kenny was saying there was like a crescent in the shoulder blade too, wasn't there?
There might
Yeah,
have been
in the
too,
scap.
but I only saw it in the spine,
Yeah.
and there was, because I started hauling quarters. I didn't really. I didn't use. Did I? No, I didn't even get out the knife. I helped manage the legs and stuff, and then started carrying quarters. But
Yeah.
it was still pus coming out of that
Oh, wow.
wound internally.
Yeah.
Just a little pocket of pus in there, but from the outside, the skin was
Yeah.
totally healed. So it had probably been shot. And
Yeah.
lost that piece of bone out of it.
It just shows how tough they
Probably
really
last
are.
year.
Yeah.
They go through a lot, man.
Yeah.
Tough. Yeah. My bull had a puncture in the
Middle
middle of his forehead
That's probably from fighting.
from another bull, yeah. And there was pus coming out of it.
Seen that with bulls before,
Yeah.
Pussy wounds.
But yeah, super fun October.
Yeah, it was a great bull season.
Yeah.
Both September and October.
Yep.
October was definitely more fun.
September
I feel
was
like.
tough. Yeah. October was really
October
cool.
was pretty good hunting. I think
It was
I
incredible.
think everybody had good hunting.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Very different season for sure.
Yeah. Than what we're typically used to for October.
Yeah, and for one client like Trevor to experience everything we did,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
you
That's
got
a heck
the
of a
full
hunt.
the full experience. He even
Yeah.
got to heater hunt for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't remember most of it, but
There wasn't much to
I
remember.
was there.
There wasn't much. I think because I was with you guys down there, and I left to go and record a podcast with my clients. So I was like, "There's not much going on today.
Never, yeah.
If you need me, I'll drive back, but I'm out of here."
Yep.
Yeah.
I told those guys at the beginning of the week. I told Trevor I don't nap. I never nap. I don't like napping in the truck. And that day I spent almost the entire day napping.
And then you still slept that night.
Yeah. Still
crazy.
slept good. Woke up
To
the
be
next
young.
morning.
Yeah. Crazy.
Got it done.
Well, it gets tiring. I mean, it's a marathon. We're up
Yeah.
at 4
It
a.m.
is,
and we're
yeah.
going to bed at 10 at night.
Yeah. Geez, I was leaving at 4 a.m. a couple of my days. Well, I was hunting way down south of my zone, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is a grind.
Yeah.
But those guys did great, and all the clients were just exceptional.
yeah. I think we had a great
I
camp.
dealt with, and
we had a great
September
camp for
and October.
Yeah.
Like I was really impressed
Yeah.
because it was my first year, of course, filming for OMM. Don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Know a couple of the guys, and then show up to clients like that. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, this is gonna be a good time.
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Well, awesome. Thanks for sitting down today. Thanks for having us over, Dana. And I heard you're going to cook us up some tenderloins, so I'm not going to argue with that.
No way.
Cool. Well, awesome, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I am back up for a cow week next week, so that'll be interesting
Enjoy.
and fun. Everybody's going to be starting deer season here soon in a couple weeks. So,
Yeah, I need to go deer hunt.
yeah.
Getting
I
anxious.
was telling you I was unprepared.
What's
Did you
that?
get out at all this week?
Oh, I went out during the torrential downpour.
Oh.
Stayed in the stand for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Then decided that wasn't for me.
All right, that's a whole other topic.
All right.
All right, guys. Yep. Thank you. Thanks for
Cut.
watching. Thanks for listening. Take care, and God bless.